Hey, how's it going YouTube? This is your boy Chosen and welcome to today's discussion video. So like I said in my community tab for those who've seen it, today's video is going to follow off a very similar concept to Tuesday's video. And on Tuesday, we talked about how Kishimoto has an opportunity to bring scientific ninja tools back in a much bigger way. A way that could help Boruto avoid Momoshiki from taking over. If you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description. Now obviously at this point, every Naruto and Boruto fan knows that in chapter 53, Sasuke Uchiha officially lost his Rinnegan after Borushiki shanked him in the eye. And because of that, Sasuke has also officially lost all 6 path abilities that come with that eye. You know, the abilities he never used. But seriously, I don't think I need much of a build up to what I'm trying to say today, as most of you watching probably already know where I'm getting at. And that's that I believe there is still a way for Kishimoto to allow Sasuke to perform 6 path like abilities through scientific ninja tools. The best example of course is this video's thumbnail. How we can see Sasuke perform the Preta path on Naruto, which is the ninjutsu absorption technique, and Katsuki on the right side also absorbing ninjutsu through ninja tech. And honestly, I think this might be one of the most underrated accomplishments in the series. Katsuki was able to create a tech that was able to perform a feat that only those with the Karma Seal or Rinnegan can do. Obviously not as well, but still, for someone to effectively handle the power of the Rinnegan like that, normally they need very high chakra reserves or 6 path chakra to be exact in order to properly use it. Katsuki on the other hand, who is that of a being higher than God, manages to perform this without an ounce of chakra being used. No, but seriously, even if you're someone who doesn't like the idea of ninja tools playing a bigger role in the story, you can't rule out this idea possibly happening. The idea that ninja tools could make its return in the logical way that benefits so many people in the shinobi world, including our boys Naruto, Boruto, and Sasuke. I already explained the side with Naruto and Boruto, to where with Naruto, ninja techs could be the key to keeping him alive, to whatever happened to him in chapter 54 with Katsuki and even Amato, who's known to make some pretty powerful synthetic humans. They could team up to save Naruto's life in some way through ninja tech. With Boruto, I've already explained that in Tuesday's video, and now with Sasuke and him losing the Rinnegan, with him now understanding that he and Naruto aren't the powerhouses they used to be, and with Boruto just continuing to grow and become stronger, if one day Momoshiki takes over a more powerful Boruto, he's going to be really damn hard to stop. Like I said in my Boruto is a massive threat video, he simply needs power to fight back from greater threats, he and Naruto. In chapter 17 to be exact, Naruto goes on to say that the Isshiki clan doesn't care what happens to people on Earth. So in order to fight back, they need power. What's important about the tech is how you use them. The same goes for any kind of power. Like for example, Sasuke's Rinnegan. Let's look at every mortal possessing a Rinnegan. Obito, Sasuke, Madara, and Nagato. With just those names alone, you already know this eye has typically fallen into the hands of wrongdoers. So when we used to think Rinnegan back in Shippuden, we thought evil intent. And after Naruto knocks some sense into Sasuke and woke him up, nobody, not even us, looks at that eye the same way, because we know Sasuke is using it for the greater good. That idea is the same when it comes to these ninja tools. It was only bad in the Chunin exams because Boruto had ill intentions with it. And literally the arc right after in the manga, the whole point of that arc was to emphasize exactly what Naruto said at first. That being, it all depends on how you use them. To their core, they aren't necessarily bad or good. And I know Sasuke is plenty strong, don't get me wrong, even without the Rinnegan, cause let's be honest, opening up portals which drains his chakra way too much and switching places was all he really did with it. So yeah, in a general sense, it might seem like Sasuke lost a lot, but to be honest, and for what I assume to be, for the sake of the younger generation's development, they never let him use his abilities to full power anyways, so now he doesn't have an excuse to run out of chakra all the time. I've said this so many times, but majority of adult Sasuke's fights barely even have him using the Rinnegan like that. Momoshiki was really the only one. He didn't use it against Urashiki, he barely used it against Kinshiki, didn't use it against Chino, and he only used it twice against Shin, and that was just to switch places. And now when you look back at Katsuki's inventions, creating a gadget that can absorb ninjutsu like the Preta path, and honestly even opening up portals, you can't tell me that Katsuki or Amato creating a device that can open up portals is out of the question for the series. Like I'm sure most of you know, but they've created some pretty fucking ridiculous things in their time. One being a smoke bomb that can counter the effects of the Byakugan. Like these two guys are insane. Katsuki found a way to counter the Byakugan without any chakra needed. And yet, someone's probably gonna tell me those two can't create a device that allows Sasuke to open up a portal. If he can find a way to absorb chakra and counter the Byakugan, I don't see how he couldn't be able to accomplish this with the help of Amato. It's definitely possible. And lastly, before I end off the video, for what I'm about to say, as crazy as it may sound, just listen and try to understand. If Katasuke can make that portal hopping device and give Sasuke a very similar arm to Naruto's that allowed him to absorb ninjutsu, two things that can be performed without any chakra being used, that would make Sasuke more effective in battle and for any future fight to come, compared to him having the Rinnegan before. And I know it sounds stupid, but remember, opening up portals takes about 30 to 50% of Sasuke's chakra. For the sake of the next gen, the writers have never let Sasuke use any other ability besides switching places and opening up portals, except when he used planetary devastation against Momoshiki. So regardless, if he kept the eye or not, he probably would have continued to never use these abilities in battle anyways. Meaning we would used to have a Sasuke that would frequently rather run low on chakra or have to conserve it to open up a portal as an escape option. So we can never really go all out like that, compared to the possible new Sasuke that can now open up portals and absorb chakra without having to give up any of his own. If, for example, Katasuke creates that portal opening device and Sasuke were to use it to go to the 10 Tails and approach Code, he's their fighting Code at 100% of power. Unlike if he were to use the Rinnegan and approach Code with maybe 50 to 60% and at the same time have to save up for when he plans to leave, which we countlessly see him say in the manga or the anime. In battle, like we've seen so many times, the majority of the time he's going to use Kenjutsu or regular ninjutsu slash Mangekyo abilities and only the Rinnegan when he needs to use it. Not like in Naruto Ninja Storm 4 to where he can just spam a bunch of techniques. No, the writers will never let Sasuke fight like that. That's just not how he's going to be in Boruto, whether we like it or not. Kishimoto has already made it clear twice. Once being when he told Kodachi that he wanted him to have full flexibility in this story. Meaning, if Naruto and even Sasuke had to die, long as it makes sense, it is what it is. And the second time, well, chapter 53 and 54, that's all I really gotta say. So yes, with these new ninja tools that can aid him in battle, I don't ever expect, unless he's going up against a really strong enemy, I don't ever expect Sasuke to complain about being low on chakra again. I'm expecting the Sasuke that ambushed the 5 Kage meeting, from fighting all 5 Kages to still having enough energy to kill Danzo. With his Rinnegan gone, there's no excuse now. That's the plus side I think a lot of people aren't seeing. You can finally see a Sasuke go all out here and maybe even in the time skip, see him perform new kinds of jutsus or even learn to combine his ninja tool abilities and nature release abilities to create new jutsus like he did with the Rinnegan. But anyways, that is going to cover today's video. Let me know what you guys think about Sasuke potentially applying these ninja tools to his body in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching all the way until the end, and I'll catch you on the next one.